That's right. All right, here we go. First problem. 7 apples can be purchased for $2. I need 2 ratios. I need 2 ratios. What are my 2 ratios? Diamond. 7 apples over $2 and I need 2. That was first ratio. 7 apples over $2. What's my second ratio? $2 over 7 apples. Very good. So I need to figure out how many apples can we buy for $10? Who can tell me how I'm going to set up this problem? Joe. Well, start with what they give you. What number do they give you? No, what number do they give you in this problem right here? $10. So I need to start with that, right? $10 times what? 2 over what? 7. How did you know that? 2 over 7. So I have $2 over 7 apples. Who agrees? Uh-oh. Joe, you don't have many friends right now. You want to fix it? Okay, what is it? What should it be? 7 over 2. 7 what? Apples over $2. How do I know that I need 7 over 2 instead of 2 over 7, Shavinia?
Because the dollars have to match up.
Good, the dollars have to match up so they can... What do I need to do with these?
No. Yeah.
I will multiply after I do something else. Marquez?
Cancel out the dollars.
Cancel out my dollars. Because my dollars cancels out with my dollars. Now I'm all set to go. 10 times 7. Right? Reality? What can I do first? 10 becomes a, and 2 becomes a. Very good. Now I can multiply it through. 5, that really is a 5, I swear. 5 times 7, 1, 2, 3.
35.
35 what? Who's got the label for me, please, Illyria? Apples, very good. 35 apples. Wow, I knew you guys would get that right away. Let's try another one. You guys already know how to do this. Did you catch on already? Star, go ahead. How much would 10 apples cost? So I start with what I know. I have 10 apples over 1 times what? What ratio? What is that R word? 1, 2, 3?
Ratio.
Nope, I need it louder because this is a very important part of our lesson today. What is that R word?
Ratio.
Ratio, very good. Over the pencil sharpener. Please use the one in the back, Star. Over the pencil sharpener, that was pretty good. Okay, here we go. 10 apples over 1 times what ratio am I using to climb? $2 over 7 apples. How did you know that I needed to use that ratio? What am I doing here? Anaya? How did he know that he needed to use this ratio? Apples have to cross out. Very good. I'm glad you're with us. Okay, 10 times 2. 10 times 2. Who's got it for me, Alexis? 20 over what? Reality. Over 7. What's my label here? 20 over 7 what? Jamila? Dollars. How did you know that? You looked on the paper. Well, if apples and apples crossed out, what am I left with? Dollars. That's how I know that it's dollars. 20 over 7. That's how I write my money, right? Reality, is that how you write your money? In fraction form? No. Then what do you need to do? What do I need to divide? 7 goes into 20 how many times? Twice. So 7 into 20. And it goes twice. What do I get? 14. I subtract. What am I left with? Leland? 6. Very good. I would appreciate that answer with your hands down. Thank you. 6. I drop down my 0. Add my decimal point. 7 goes into 60. How many times, Diamond? 8 times. What do I get? 56. I subtract again. What do I get? Alexis? What? 4. I have 40. 7 goes into 40. How many times, Shavinia? 5 times. What am I left with? 35. Subtract for me, please. Josiah, 40 minus 35. 5. Very good. I have 50 left over. 7 goes into 50. How many times? O'Shea? 7. And what do I get? 49. I can stop there, correct? Correct, Daquan? Yes, what do I need to do with this answer? I can't leave it like this. I have to round it to what? 2? Ooh, that's supposed to be 2. 2.86. I needed to round up based on the 7. $2.86. Any questions on that one, Star?
You know, we be having them little bars and we got to change the percents and stuff to fractions.
Yeah.
How come we didn't do 20 goes to 7? Because that's
Because we're working with money. How many places do we round to when we're working with money? Who can help her? How many places do we round to when we're working with money, Reality? 2. Because we write money as a number, point, 2 numbers. So we always have to round our answer when we're working with money. Answer your question? Perfect. Okay, let's move on. So those are 2 ways that we can do this problem. Let's look at another one. In the original problem, 7 apples can be purchased for $2. What 2 things are we working with here? What 2 things, Armando? Go ahead. What 2 things are we working with here, Caprice? Dollars and apples. So I have D over A. D over A. Oh, I already have it written here. D over A or A over D. So A over D equals A over D. Who can write me a proportion based on our first question? What is a proportion? Diamond? 7 over 2 equals A over D. Does everyone see where that's coming from? Good, I'm getting a lot of head nods right now. How many apples can we buy with $10? So I need to set up my problem. Where would I start, Diamond? I need to what? So what are our 2 proportions? Start with our first proportion, which you already told me.
I'll make it.
Good. 7 over 2 is my first proportion. Very good. What is my second proportion in this problem, Kiana? Not 10 over 1, because 10 is what? Apples or dollars? Are dollars on the top or the bottom? So write me a proportion. Not 1 over 10, because we need to find another number, Leah Grant. No. Flip that. Deja? No. Daquan? X over 10. X over 10, because we need to solve for a number. Who can write me an equation? Reality.
7 times 10 equals 2.
Multiply it through for me, please. Alexis? 70 equals 2x. I need to get x to stand alone. What do I need to do here, Emily? What? Divide by what? Divide by 2 on both sides. Very good. I need to divide once, divide twice. X is equal to, how many times is 2 going to 70? Reality. 35, which is the same answer that we found above when we did this problem. Tricky, tricky. So we have more than one way that we could do this problem. I need you to write down the rule. Write this in your notes, please. Rates equals multiply and cross out. Proportions equals equal and equation. Write that in your notes. We'll look at it a little bit further. You have about 1 more minute to finish writing that in your notes, please. 30 more seconds. Love how some of the pencils went down when you're finished. That shows me you're ready to go. I need all pencils down in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Thank you for everyone having your pencils down. I appreciate it. Read this nice and loud for me, please. Reality.
14 bags could be filled in 3 hours. How many hours will it take to fill 8 bags?
Okay, let's do it the first way. Rates. we're going to write it using rates. We're going to multiply, and then we're going to cross things out in order to figure out what our answer is. If we're using rates, what is my first rate that I'm going to use? Come up with both of them, please. Illyria? Good. 14 bags over 3 hours and 3 hours over 14 bags. Now, if I was trying to answer this question, what is 84 bags? I'm going to start with what I know. The problem tells me I have 84 bags, so what is my first rate? Daquan? Good. 84 bags over 1. Start with what the problem gives us. Then I need to use a rate that Illyria told us. Which rate am I going to use here, Diamond? 3 what? Good. 3 hours over 14 bags. How did I know to use that rate? O'Shea. So bags could cross out. I've already done that for you here. Bags cross out. Let's solve this problem. Caprice? I can reduce, so I'm doing what? We're dividing. So 14, what does that become? 7. And 84 becomes? 42? I agree with you there. 42. Can we cross anything else out? Daquan? 7 becomes a 42 becomes a 6. Very good. Now multiply it through. What is my final answer, Marquez? 18 hours. I love how you put that label on the end of that. Very good. 18 hours. Now let's do it a second way. I have a proportion. Equal and equation. So we need to set them equal to each other, and then we need to write an equation. So what is my first proportion? What does the problem give us? Diamond? Bags over hours. So I have B over H. Write my first proportion for me, please. Anaya? 14 over 3. Good. Write my second proportion for me, please. Leland? Over? No. 84 over Daquan? X. 84 over X. Now let's solve the problem. We set them equal to each other. Now write me an equation as we cross multiply. Leah Grant? 3 times 84 equals what? 14x. You show me that your eyes are with me when you are looking at me. Thank you. Multiply it through for me, please. Shavinia? 252. Who agrees? Perfect. Equals 14x. I need to get x to stand alone. How am I going to do that, Alexis? Divide by 14, divide by 14. 14 goes into 252 how many times? What's my final answer here? Caprice? Final answer. Don't know. Somebody help her. Daquan? 18. So 18 what, Daquan? Hours. Very good. Look at here. We have 18 hours and 18 hours. We're doing the problem twice, but we're doing it in 2 different ways. In your homework today, you're going to have to do it 2 different ways. So it's really important that you know how to do both. Stephanie, a question? Nope, if they only ask you to do it one way, only do it one way. Not a problem. But I can almost guarantee that in your homework, they will ask you to do it 2 ways. All right, do the practice problem on your own, please.